know what it was to be devalued as a human being. Until that day, I understood rejection only in terms of dates with girls I couldn't get. Nothing had prepared me for that moment. Our very presence on 1320 Hill Avenue, in the small city of Wilkinsburg, Pennsylvania, was a testimonial to acceptance. I lived in a black-majority city that we bragged about. We weren't like those other blacks we looked down on, the ones who lived in neighboring Pittsburgh, because folks who lived in the city were somehow lesser. Calling Wilkinsburg home made us feel special during a time when the region was anything but. Wilkinsburg was once a part of Pittsburgh, until its powerful white residents seceded in 1876, setting up an antagonistic relationship with the bigger municipality early on. In the late 1960s, though, when work disappeared and demographics shifted, whites fled Wilkinsburg too, leaving the town half empty. Black folk trickled in, and this new black majority eventually adopted Wilkinsburg, just as Mom had adopted me. The adage goes that when white folks catch a cold, black folks get pneumonia. When work disappears for white people, as it did in the Pittsburgh metropolitan area in the 1980s, black people suffered even more, and black women adjusted their families in ways to keep children from feeling the effects of extremely high unemployment. In January 1983, the regional economy officially, that is, numerically, bottomed out, wrote journalist Bill Toland of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Unemployment in Allegheny County, where Pittsburgh is located, hit 13.9%, a rosy figure compared to the rest of the Pittsburgh metropolitan statistical area, where the adjusted unemployment rate hit an astonishing 17.1%. Unadjusted, the number was actually higher, 18.2%. Many families struggled to realize the American dream in Pittsburgh, but black families, including my own, found it especially hard. When Hotsy and Dot talked with Mom about sending me to foster care, I didn't feel I could turn to my biological family. My father, Floyd Criswell, had been killed at the age of 27 in Jackson State Prison, about 75 minutes west of Detroit, when I was 8 years old. He wasn't involved in my life prior to his death. I don't remember ever meeting him. My biological mother, Karen Perry, lived in Garfield, a low-income Pittsburgh neighborhood at the time, about 4 miles away, where she raised my half-sister Danielle, the youngest of her 4 children. Karen gave birth to my older brother Kevin when she was 16, me at 18, my younger brother Dorian at 20, and my sister Danielle at 22. Kevin and Dorian lived in Wilkinsburg with Mom and me. Growing up, I didn't have much interaction with Karen, who I call by her first name. Every summer, a few weeks before the start of the school year, Kevin, Dorian, and I got excited about the prospect of Karen taking us back to school shopping. Then, taking us clothes shopping seemed to be her most important role in my life, and I was just fine with that. Karen never talked to me about why she gave me into Mom's keeping. Mom told me Karen handed me to her at McGee's Women's Hospital in Pittsburgh, where I was born. Even as a kid, who knew nothing other than our home on Hill Avenue, I always knew that the senior citizen Elsie Mae couldn't be my biological mother. Though I was quick to fight anyone who challenged my calling her Mom, I came to know through my surroundings who and what a godparent was in relation to a biological mother. I grew up knowing my cuz, auntie, and brother could be the kin of my heart or of my blood. The similar backgrounds of many of my friends reinforced this understanding of family. In Wilkinsburg, many in my peer group lived with their grandmothers, aunties, or other surrogates. The African proverb, "It takes a village to raise a child," is especially true when you factor in the economic and social realities black people face. From our village, black folk had developed an informal foster care system long before I became the beneficiary of that support. That system was as familiar to me as the texture of Mom's hands. I came of age seeing how various hardships made parents give their children to surrogate parents for safekeeping. I bore witness to mothers who, to make ends meet, worked endless hours on multiple